Okay, so we're going to talk about elite and premier and success club trips, all the things basically that it took me just digging around for a while when I was kind of starting to learn about these things. And so I thought, well, a lot of you guys probably don't even know that these exist. So let's talk about them. Even though you may not be at a point right now where, you're thinking about elite or premier just yet, I think it's really important for you to have an idea of the bigger picture of what's possible for you and what you need to be working toward. So I'm actually going to share my screen with you so I can show you guys where all this stuff is at on the website. Okay, so I just logged into my online office and then I went to incentives and then recognition. And that's how I got to this. So over here, you can see it's pretty cool. You can go through and see where all the different categories that Beachbody recognizes for. So you can click here and you'll find the 2015 winners, and you'll find like all of the top 10 coaches are right here. And then if you click on the elite, this gives you all the coaches who hit elite last year. And then the premier, 215 top recruiters, top rank advancement is here, top challenge pack sales is here, and top success club points is here. So it's kind of cool just to kind of go, okay, these, you start to see names on here. These are great coaches that you're going to want to follow, learn from them on YouTube, however you can, to find out what they're doing. Then you go to the next one here, top coach. So we're going to go through all of these. I'm going to save top coach for the end. But what I wanted to jump up and start with first was the Success Club trip. So I'm going to click on Success Club. Let's just start here. What is Success Club? Again, in case there's any new coaches on here, I'll just read it straight up. Success Club is a point earning system that rewards you for consistently participating in activities designed to help you grow your business. Since we launched the program in January 2010, monthly participation has grown steadily from dozens to hundreds to thousands. Not only that, coaches who qualified for Success Club every month in 2014 watched their paychecks increase by an average of 135%. So it's really important for us to be focusing on Success Club, not just to hit it and get the benefits from it, but because that means that we're constantly helping new people. We're constantly exposing new people to what we have to offer, which is going to create an amazing pipeline for our business. So down here, it goes into it a little bit more. Exclusive leads, exotic destinations, world-class recognition. As a Success Club member, you'll have the opportunity to get exclusive leads and commissions from Shakeology, Ultimate Reset, and Challenge customers. Remember, if you want to get those, you need to be an Emerald coach or above, and as well. Participate in enticing monthly coach incentives. I think their monthly Success Club prizes are pretty cool. Like last month, we got a Shakeology canister, so I can dump my whole bag in there. And they have done aprons before. They've done T-shirts. They do a good job at kind of keeping you motivated with that. And then when your husband starts getting Success Club, when you get your account and his account, you can get double. So last month I got 2 canisters. So I have one for a couple flavors. So that's kind of just fun little things to keep you motivated. Earn once-in-a-lifetime travel opportunities to exotic destinations. So every year there is a Success Club trip, which I'll get into more in a little bit. Be mentored by some of the industry's most influential experts and recognized on stage at Team Beachbody events. Most importantly, every month you're in Success Club, your business grows, you make more money, and you're on a fast track to greatness. So what I'm going to do here is click on the Success Club trip so you guys can get an idea of what this is all about. So this happens once a year. This next year is going to be in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. It's going to happen in April. And really the reason that I'm covering all of this today strategically is because we're ending this year quickly. And so I want you to be prepared as you go into next year, just to have a heads up as you hear these things being talked about. So you kind of have a heads up as far as, sometimes it just takes hearing about things a couple times before it really sinks in. So I'll go through this briefly. I won't go through all of it, but so Team Beachbody invites all qualified coaches to earn Success Club points and use Success Club 5 or 10 qualifications to receive awards toward the Team Beachbody Success Club trip. So if we go over here, the trip will take place during a four-night, 5-day all-inclusive stay at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. So this year, Jake and I are going to get to go to that. So we're pretty excited. And it's going to be paid for because I've hit Success Club. So it's just really cool. There's going to be 2 trips this year. But anyway, they announced the trip for the following year in January. So it's like a big deal. They make a big announcement and they announce it on this, they do a surge and they announce it. It's really, really fun to be a part of. Immediately after they announce it though, you're going to want to make sure your ears are perked so that you get on that wait list either you register or you get on a wait list, but it sells out in literally 10 minutes. I mean, I was on there and I was still on a wait list for 6 months this year. As you get up and you're an elite coach and stuff, you get priority, but definitely just whenever you hear about this, make mental notes of trying to stay on top of it so you can take advantage of it. Because if you're hitting Success Club, you might as well take advantage of having a cool trip. Okay. So let's just go down here. So this kind of just shares what's included and whatever. The challenge period, it's from January to December. Okay. To participate, you need to be eligible. You have to be a Team Beachbody coach, current with your business, in good standing and good compliance. So that should be nothing you have to worry about. Okay, so how do you earn rewards towards a trip? So trip rewards, subject to terms, conditions, and limitations herein. Let's go down here. Okay, so earn trip dollars. You can earn 5 trip dollars for each Success Club point you earn during a qualification period. So you can kind of figure out from here, like it says here, 4 Success Club points times 5 trip dollars would equal $20. Which might not sound like a lot, but if you are doing that, month after month, you're hitting at least Success Club 5 or 10. I mean, I think, you can pay your trip off as fast as you want, as fast as you're motivated to, I guess. And then if you go above and beyond that, if you qualify for Success Club 5 or 10 in any qualification period, you can earn 10 trip dollars for each Success Club point you earn during that same period. For example, if you qualify for Success Club 5 in April and you earn 7 Success Club points in April, you will earn 70 trip dollars to be used as credit. So you guys can get to know, that's basically it. It's just you have to be hitting Success Club and you'll earn dollars. And then there's all these different, you have to earn a certain amount by a certain date in order to qualify, or otherwise they give up your room and that kind of thing. But really, this is an amazing opportunity, and it should be something that drives you even more, because if you can be doing all of this stuff, you could, it was so fun to just be Jake, I am going to take us to Punta Cana this year. And yeah, so it's fun. So I just wanted to let you guys have a heads up on that, so you can kind of be in the know when they start talking about that here in a couple months. There is still a wait list for the 2017 trip. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you can still get on the wait list, you might as well try if you're eligible. But I would say shoot for definitely registering for that 2018 one. Seems like a far ways away, but it'll sneak up on us. All right, so now I'm going to go over to talk about the Premier program. So there's 3 different, I guess, levels as far as, getting recognized in an elite role. So first is Premier, This is kind of your stepping stone towards elite. And then there's elite, and then of course there's top coach, which we all hear about all the time, Melanie Mitro. So let's start by talking about Premier. And we'll go through this. And I know, someone has a question maybe. Laura said, I'm on this year's waiting list, and I'm like 4,000 in the waiting line. Oh man, Laura. You never know. You never know. That's funny. Okay, so Premier, I know this is kind of boring to read through, but I really want you guys to get it. And if you have questions along the way, please don't hesitate to just throw in a chat if you want me to clarify anything. So the Premier recognition level is designed to celebrate coaches who are active in building a high-performance organization that regularly generates significant income and qualify for Success Club. So the challenge period, again, is from January to December. And how do you qualify to be a Premier coach? You need to be a paid 2-star diamond or higher by the bonus week ending in December 28th. So basically, you need to be a 2-star diamond. And you have to have at least 135 elite points. And I'll get into how you get elite points in a little bit. You must advance 2 personally sponsored coaches to a lifetime rank of diamond or higher, and who each hold a current paid rank as diamond or higher on the last bonus week ending on December 28th. So if you do this, if you get to be 2-star diamond and you have 135 elite points, what do you earn? You earn the title of Premier Coach. You earn 2 VIP floor seats at the 2017 Summit. You get on-stage recognition at Summit, an invitation to the Premier reception at the 2017 Success Club trip, and custom 2016 Premier apparel. So it's a big deal to hit Premier. It is. It's one of those things that just a few people hit. And when you think about the whole organization. And so I want you guys to have your eyes set on that, because let me get into elite points in a minute. But if you're hitting enough elite points, that means that your organization is really thriving. Okay, before I get into how to earn elite points, I am going to go and pop over to elite. So elite is the step above Premier. So in order to be, we'll get into this, in order to be an elite coach, you need these things, and you get like extra cash bonuses as well. Okay, so how to qualify. So instead of being a 2-star, you need to be a 5-star diamond. So that means you have 5-star. So that means you have 5 diamonds underneath you, personally sponsored diamonds. You have to earn at least 135 elite points. You must have 2 personally sponsored coaches get to diamond that year and be paid as diamond on December 28th. And what you earn as an elite coach, you get the title of elite coach. You get 100 elite bonus dollars every month that you hit Success Club in 2016 or the next year. And you have to be a paid 5-star for at least 1 bonus week in that calendar month. And then the top 200 coaches receive an additional $400 per month. So like when, every month when I share where our team is at, so right now we're at 46, we're within that top 200. So that's why the top 200 is a big deal, because next year, just for being elite and hitting Success Club, I'll get an additional $500 a month. So that's a big deal to kind of shoot for as you, again, grow your organization. And again, I know this seems like so far out there right now, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'll ever be that. But that mindset needs to switch. You need to be like, okay, when I'm an elite coach, when this happens, I'm going to get that too. That's how I want you to be thinking about this. The next thing you get is 2 VIP seats at Summit, general sessions and celebration. You'll also be rewarded on-stage recognition, a 2000 or a custom elite jacket, invitation to the elite evening, priority registration for Summit activities, front of the line access to pre-selected workouts, express line checkout at the core, which all this I know probably doesn't mean a lot to you because a lot of you haven't been to Summit, but like those lines can get really long, and there's a lot of people that want to be in the best workouts or whatever, and so Elite just kind of guarantees you a spot in everything you want to do. And then you also get 2 VIP seats at the leadership retreat, that's what I'm headed to in October here. An invitation to the elite session and an invitation to the elite reception at the leadership retreat. And then an invitation to the elite reception at the 2017 Success Club trip. And eligibility for the Elite 10 Adventure. So let's click on that next. So the Elite 10. So you hear all the time like about the famous top 10 coaches and all of that. Well, that is the reason why top 10 is so cool is because you get recognized. I mean, literally when we showed up at Summit, it was like the top 10 coaches. And who's here that was at Summit? Aaron, I know. It was like they were celebrities. I mean, it's pretty cool just how much they recognize coaches at every level, really, for building a solid business. But the top 10 definitely get special recognition. They also get an Elite 10 Adventure, which is an international trip. So this next year, they're going to Italy. They announced that at Summit. Last year, they went to Bora Bora. So that's, pretty cool, too. And, okay, so now let's go back to this screen. All right, so I want to talk about how you earn elite points. Like, how do you actually get to be an elite coach? How do you get to be a premier coach? How do you earn those 135 points? Okay, so how do you earn elite points? The cool thing that I really love about Beachbody is that it's all about building a team. It's not about what can you do on your own or how many sales can you get on your own. It's really how can you equip your team to help more people so that they can equip their teams to help more people, and the cycle just continues. So there are 3 different ways to earn elite points. The first way is by basically growing your team from last year. This is something that doesn't really kick in until the second half of the year. If you look at this, for every 10,000 incremental ATV, so team volume, earned in 2016 compared to 2015. So basically, they want to make sure that your business is growing year after year, and you're not just, getting new people but losing old people, that you're really continuing to build your team and your team volume long term. The second way is for every 500 personal volume produced by your personally sponsored coaches who sign up in that calendar year. So this year, for example, anyone that joined my team in 2016 of my personally sponsored, every time that they collectively reach 500 PV, I'm going to get an elite point. And we'll get into this a little more. I feel like I'm going to have to say this a few times for it to really kind of sink in. And then the last way is for every month in 2016, when a personally sponsored coach hits Success Club, get an elite point. And you'll get double if you hit Success Club yourself. So I'm going to jump over and share my personal screen with you so you can see where you're going to be looking for these numbers when you get to that point. Come on. Okay, so as soon as you hit diamond rank, this is when all of these numbers are gonna pop up magically on your screen. Before that, it won't have these numbers breaking down. So this is for when you're diamond and above, is when you're gonna go to my business and then my qualifications and then my elite and premier qualifications. So you're gonna click on that, and this is where it's gonna have where your elite ranking is for that month. So this is updated the second Friday of every month. So here it's going to say that this is where I'm ranked at. I'm ranked at 46. My paid rank, it's going to say last year's ATV, this year's, and then how many coaches have moved to diamond. down here. So this is where it's going to make a little bit more sense. You're going to look at, here it says elite. So notice there's a max, and at first I was like, what does max mean? How is it maxed out? Well, it's basically saying that you can't get all of your points from one category. So in order to qualify for elite with your 135 points, a portion of those points have to come from every category. So you couldn't have all ATV or all PV or all Success Club. It has to be a balance of each of those types. So what does this mean for you? How do you actually get these points? Basically, you just have to be helping people. I mean, that's all it is. It's helping new clients every month. It's helping your coaches to get trained in properly. It's helping them to know these things so that they know what's possible for them. But I'm going to stop my share here a minute. But really, I just want this to be something that gets you excited. And I know right now it probably does feel like it's so far off. But this is what we're working towards every day. And I want to remind you that even during the beginning, when it seems like you're doing like a lot of work for little money, it's worth it to stick with it. It's worth it to keep doing your vital behaviors, because what happens is those consistent things that you're doing every single day are going to start to snowball, and they're going to, like, it's all about duplication, right? So if you can recruit some rock star coaches, you teach them to do what you're doing, it's going to move a lot faster than you think. But if you get overwhelmed by it and you're like, oh, I could never do all this, well, you won't. Like, you'll get, you'll get halted, and you'll get just complacent. And so I want this to motivate you guys to think through just how important it is to be doing those daily things day in and day out. I want you to think about, are you really doing your power hours to the best of your ability? The faster, if you want to get here fast, you're going to have to do more every day. Like, I know Erin Novak made a video the other day, probably about a month ago now, and it was like, let the power hour sheet kind of be your minimum. Like, that's what you start with, and then you can challenge yourself to do more. But the thing is, you're like, whether you believe it or not right now, everything you're doing today is aiming you toward being a top coach, is aiming you toward making a significant income for your family. And along the way, like, these are all amazing goals to shoot for. It's fun that there's an elite program. It's fun that there's Premier. It's fun that you can go on these trips. But what I want you to do today to keep you going toward that level is really just asking yourself, what does success mean to you? What do you need right now? What kind of a win do you need to keep you going on the right track? Because I think it can be really, easy to compare yourself. Maybe a coach on the team who started around the same time as you, and they have crazy success, and you're still like just trucking along, and you don't feel like you have that traction yet. Don't let that get in your brain, get in your mind. Like, you have your own path, and you absolutely have to trust the process. And so when it comes down to it, elite is full of all these points and all these different numbers, but at the end of the day, it's just about doing the 4 vital behaviors, like we talk about all the time. And it seems so simple, but it's really what it takes. It's being proof that the products work. It's making sure that you're recognizing people around you. It's making sure that you're developing yourself personally. It's inviting people. It's all of those things on a daily basis is what's going to get you to elite. Because I think it can be easy to look at, a Melanie Mitchell and be like, oh my goodness, like, it must just be so easy for her. She's way up there. But we forget just how many hours she put in the beginning, just like we are right now, when we're just at the, we're at the base of the mountain, and we're putting in our time. Nothing in this life is handed to us, but if you want it, we can go after it. And so I want you guys to have this vision of yourself being an elite coach someday, being a premier, going on these Success Club trips and showing like the world that you're doing something pretty cool, and they can do it too. So I want to open it up for questions. Really anything that you guys are curious about in regards to Elite, in regards to recognition in general. Any questions? Okay, I have another question that I thought would be fun to ask. So, which of you guys on this call joined as a Beachbody coach the first time someone asked you? Miranda? Is she the only one? Yay! I love you. Oh, yay, Erin. I'm glad that this cleared it up. Good, thanks. So if you can see, like, oh, Sarah's phone raised her hand. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's cool. As you can see, there are a lot of people who do not join as a coach the first time they were asked. A lot of you did not join the first time someone said it or the first time you saw the opportunity, but yet you're still here. And so as you're building your business and as you're reaching out to people, I don't want you to take it personally if they say no the first time, because they could very well, especially as they start to see that they can trust that you're in this thing, that you're actually doing it, they're going to probably reach out to you and they might join your team. You just never know. But you have to be planting those seeds, because this is what else can happen. And this is what happened to me personally with some people. I didn't plant the seeds with some different friends to find out that 6 months later they had joined a different Beachbody team, because they didn't even know that I wanted them. Like, they didn't even know that I was hoping they would join my team. And so even though right now when you're reaching out to people and you might be feeling like, and they're just like, oh no, never, better that than to miss that opportunity altogether. And like I said, they probably, as you start to go down your journey, they'll probably join you. But it's about having that mental kind of toughness to go, okay, I'm going to keep doing this. I know that what we're doing is worth it. I know that we're helping people. And when the tough days come, you guys, like, that's when we lean on each other, because this business is not super easy, especially the spot that we're in right now, because we're just grinding. But I had a cousin, and I wanted to share her story because it just like broke my heart. So she did all the Beachbody programs. She lost over 60 pounds, and she was a Beachbody coach. She actually joined, like, we joined at the same exact time. And she didn't have a support system. And it got pretty ugly where, like, I think it was out of jealousy that her sister-in-law stopped talking to her. She had coworkers who would, like, not talk to her on Facebook and not be her friend. And what did that do? Like, that she's now gained 20 pounds back. And, she's working on it again. I just talked to her recently, and we're going to get her on the right track. But I just think it's important that we have a solid support system, not so that we can complain and bitch about what's wrong in our life, but so that we can really go, okay, this is hard. I need you to remind me that I can still do this. I need you to remind me that this is worth it. If you didn't watch the video the other day from the coach who was like, should I just quit now? Can I just go back to life how it was before? That video is really good. So if you're, like, questioning at all why you're doing this, try to find that video in the larger KA group. Erin, oh good, Erin said something. Erin says, I'm seriously a wimp about inviting to become a coach, mostly because I have so much to learn still, and I want to be sure people love their programs and products before I just jump into the coach conversation. I know it took me time, want to be sure I'm giving them time too. Totally, and I love that approach. Oh, thanks, Laura. I love that approach that, it really does go back down to the vital process. Like, if it feels like you're rushing it, you probably are. So don't feel like you have to rush it. But let's say you have some challengers. I mean, again, some of my best coaches came right out of challenge groups. I definitely think that there's a place for both, that sometimes coaches are going to come out of the woodwork, you know, without having gone through a challenge. But as Beachbody is growing and kind of doing some research on what is working for coaches, they're noticing that the coaches who stick around the longest are the ones who are invested in the programs. They're invested in the process of getting results and helping other people get results. So I think that if, like, Erin, for you, like, you hit successful already this month. It's amazing. Like, focus on that being your victory and not be like, oh, I have to recruit right now. When it happens, it'll happen. But nurture those relationships. I think the more we can take care of our challengers and get them really great results, the more that they're going to trust us. And then when those conversations happen, they're going to happen more naturally. Like, the conversations that I like to have go something like, I'll give them a compliment and I'll just tell them, I love having you in my challenge group. I love how you have such an encouraging heart, how you're constantly reaching out and, you know, just uplifting other people. I see that you have the qualities that would make you a really awesome coach, and I just had to tell you that. And then I'll usually tell them I have about a sneak peek or something that I have going on if they'd want to be included in that, or if it's okay if I add them to the group or something. Don't use the term, or don't use this phrase though, okay, let me know if you're interested, because no one is probably going to follow up with you if you say that. So try to give them, you know, a reason that they have to answer you back. But no, I think that's good. I think that it's, you know, it's the patience piece and the consistency piece. So as long as you're doing your thing and you're being patient and yet you're doing as much as you can, the rest will take care of itself. Anyone else have any thoughts or questions, or just want to chat about what's going on lately, or yeah, anything? Oh, no problem, Erin. See ya. Anything else that you guys have? Is there a place on the Beachbody office that says what we should include in the online preview? Oh, that's a good question. There are a few different, like, there's a video, like a corporate video that explains the Beachbody coaching opportunity. I'd have to dig a little bit, but I can post that in the group when I find it. But there are lots of resources. I mean, like, I should show you guys, I should show you just to make sure you're looking in the right places. But if you go to news and training, and then training, like, this is gold. And I gotta share my screen. Sorry, guys. Okay. So, and then training. And if you go to training library, this has like so much information that you can look through. The Coach Basics program. So if you're like, oh, I don't know how I would lead a Coach Basics, it's literally all right there. You have to copy and paste it. And then of course add your own stuff too. But everything is laid out for you. There's so much. There's stuff about, you know, getting started. There's stuff about following up. There's stuff about goal setting. There's usually videos along with some kind of a text training, inviting, the lead program, leadership tools. Like, there is so much here. So make sure that you take the time just to kind of pop around and familiarize yourself with that. They really have done a good job to get everything that we need. It's just a matter of finding it. So, all right, well, I'll let you guys head out since I know we all have busy lives, but I'll be sure to record this. Was this helpful to learn about the ELITE program, kind of what there is? Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. I will be sure to post that. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for joining. I hope that you have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon.